how to read the spreadsheet for the customizable workout. It's titled Customizable Workout Spreadsheet. So you'll see at the bottom of the sheet, it has 3 different sheets attached to it. So there's the 5 days per week, 3 days per week, and then the movement bank. So essentially just based off of whatever schedule you've decided will fit best for you, that's the only sheet that you really need to worry about. So I'm going to go through both. I'll go through the 5 days per week first. And so when you look at the sheet, the days of the week are going to run horizontally across the page. So your workouts are going to run horizontally across the page. So you'll see day 1 lift. Beside that to the right is day 2 conditioning. Beside that is day 3 lift. And then you got your day 4 conditioning. And then you got your day 5 lift. So all you're going to do for editing these workouts is super, super simple. Each workout is going to consist of 4 different exercises. It's going to be a full body lift. So you're going to have a primary lower body movement, and then you're going to have an upper body pulling exercise, and then you're going to move on to your secondary lower body movement, and then you have your upper body pushing exercise. And for the lifting days, all days are the exact same. So I will run you through how to go about using day 1. And once you understand that, day 3 lift and day 5 lift are going to be the exact same. So we have drop down boxes here. So if you click on primary lower body lift, a list of exercises is going to come up, and you can pick any one of these. You can cycle through them week to week, workout to workout, however you want to do it. If you find an exercise that you really like and you want to perform consistently, you can stay consistent with it. It's really up to you. It's fully customizable. The exercises that are red are just going to mean that they might be a little more technically challenging, a little bit more skill-based, might require a little bit more experience in the gym. But again, it's up to you to feel free to experiment and see what exercises work best for you. For the sets, you're going to do 3 to 5 sets for each exercise. Again, you have the freedom to pick how many sets you want to do, how many sets you're able to do. If you go in week 1 and you do 5 sets and you wake up the next day crazy sore, not able to move, maybe dial the sets back the next time you do that workout. Again, the goal is consistency. Same thing for the reps. We have anywhere between 6 and 12 reps. So if you're looking to build a little bit more strength in an exercise, you might want to stick with the lower rep range. And if you want to have a little bit more biasing towards muscle building, you might want to be at the upper end between like 8 and 12 reps. And then we have RPE, which means rate of perceived exertion. All that is a scale of 1 through 10, how hard you were working per set. So say for your A exercise, you picked a barbell back squat and you decided that you wanted to do 3 sets of 8 reps for this workout, then that would mean that you're going to perform 1 set of 8 reps at about a 7 or a 9 RPE. So working at about a 7 to 9 out of 10 difficulty. And then you're going to rest for 2 minutes. And then you're going to hit the next set of back squats. Second set, 8 reps, rest 2 minutes. And then third set, 8 reps, rest 2 minutes. And then you would move on to the upper body exercise or the upper body pull. So say you picked a 3-point row that you also wanted to do 3 sets, 8 reps. Maybe for the secondary lower body exercise, you picked a suitcase rear foot elevated split squat, and you also wanted to do 3x8. Say the whole workout you wanted to do 3x8. And then the upper body push, you picked a flat dumbbell press and you wanted to do 3 sets of 8 reps. And every single week you can modify your day 1. So say the next week you're like, I want to do a barbell RDL. I want to do a TRX row. As you can see, the customizability of this spreadsheet is pretty wicked, and it allows you to pick different exercises week to week, or if you want to stay consistent with exercises, you can do that as well. Like I said, the day 1 lift in terms of customizing the workout is the exact same as the day 3, which is the exact same as the day 5. So as long as you understand that you're picking 1 exercise, you're doing 3 sets, and then you're moving on to the second exercise, you're doing 3 sets, and then you're doing the third exercise, 3 sets, fourth exercise, 3 sets. That does not change week to week, day to day for the lifting. In terms of the conditioning, we essentially have two options here. So option one, this is going to be more like outdoor activities, or if you have access to, say, like spin classes or a pool that you can swim at. Whether you pick option one or two, it's going to be 30 to 60 minutes of activity. And again, that's up to you. If you're just starting off, maybe work at that lower end of like 30 minutes. And as you become more conditioned and the weeks go on, you're able to bump that duration of the workout higher and higher. So you can either pick option one, and some example activities are going to be like you can go for a run, you can go for a swim, you can hop on your spin bike if the weather permits. If you play sports, that'll count as well. You can go on a hike, and then any other outdoor activities or types of cardio that you want to do. This is going to be like steady state, 30 to 60 minutes, steadily moving through the duration of the workout. Option two is going to be gym-based conditioning, and you're going to do 2 to 4 rounds. These are also drop-down boxes. So you're going to do it like circuit style, where you'd pick your first exercise. Say you wanted to do the treadmill for 5 minutes. And the second exercise was you wanted to hit the rower for 5 minutes. And the third exercise, you wanted to do the skier for 5 minutes. So you would hop on the treadmill and you would work at about a 6 to 7 out of 10 difficulty. So heart rate between like 60 and 70% of its max. So not pushing it too hard for 5 minutes. Without any rest, you would just transition to the next machine, the rower, and you would be on that for 5 minutes. And then with minimal rest, you'd go to the skier and perform that for 5 minutes. That would be one round. You're going to do 2 to 4 rounds, again, depending on where you are currently with your state of conditioning. The day 4, which is the second day of conditioning for this 5-day-a-week program, is the exact same. You have the same options, but again, you have the freedom to pick. Do I want to do an outdoor activity like some running, some hiking? Do I want to hop in the pool? Or do I want to do like the gym-based circuit that is provided here as well? You'll also notice on both conditioning days, there's a note. It says note on option 2, and it's just a bit of a explanation. So for option 2, perform each exercise in succession with no rest, and with no rest between rounds. Work at a moderate intensity, anywhere between 60 and 70% of your max heart rate, or a 6 to 7 RPE. You can also swap out the exercises based on what you have accessible at your gym. So again, this is supposed to fit your lifestyle and what you're able to, what you have to work with. So if you feel you want to like switch up some of the machines or the movements on the circuit, by all means, go ahead. It's really just important to follow the 5 minutes per exercise, working at a certain intensity, which is 6 to 7, and just moving through whatever machines or exercises you have available to you. So that's going to be it for the 5-day-a-week sheet. If you are somebody that is doing the 3 days per week, the days run across the sheet horizontally, just like they did for the 5 days per week. Okay. And the lifting portion of the workouts is the exact same. You have your 4 different movements. It's a full body workout. You start with a primary lower body lift for 3 sets, 3 to 5 sets, 6 to 12 reps. Then you got your upper body pull exercise, your secondary lower body exercise, and your upper body push exercise for all 3 days. All right. The only difference is we're going to couple or partner the conditioning with the lift. So you're going to go through your lifting exercises, and once those are complete, you're going to move on to some conditioning. The conditioning is going to be a little shorter just because it is coupled with the lift. So you're not doing it on its own day. So for day 1, the day 1 lift, you have a steady state cardio session. So pick any machine. You can go for a run, hike, whatever you want to do. And it's 15 to 30 minutes at the end of your lifting session. You're going to work anywhere between 60 and 80% of your max heart rate, or a 6 to 8 out of 10 difficulty. So I would say if you're on the lower end of like 15 minutes, maybe work at a higher intensity. And if you're hitting that longer duration upward near the 30 minutes, maybe work at a lower intensity. But again, that's up to you. For day 2, we have intervals. So it does change up a little bit for the day 2 lift. You have intervals. You're going to do anywhere between 3 to 6 sets. And each set, the duration of each set is going to be 40 to 60 seconds. You're going to rest anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes. And I want you to work at about an 80 to 90% of your max heart rate, or an 8 out of 10 difficulty, or 8 to 9 out of 10 difficulty. Because these are shorter intervals, you want to work at higher intensities. You can pick any piece of gear you want. If you want to do it on the treadmill, the elliptical, spin bike, assault bike, skier, rower, anything you have access to. If you want to do intervals of running outside, intervals in the pool, again, whatever you have access to, you can do this sets and duration scheme of intervals with any of those. And then for the day 3, it's going to be the exact same as after the day 1 lift. It's back to steady state cardio for 15 to 30 minutes, 60 to 80% of your max heart rate. Now, one thing I also, very important to mention, you'll notice that if you pick an exercise, say barbell back squat, you can't actually click on that to see what that exercise is. So if there's some exercises on the list that you're unfamiliar with, what you can do is you can go to the movement bank sheet at the bottom of the page. And these are going to be all your primary lower body lifts, your secondary lower body lifts, your upper body pulling exercise, and your upper body pushing exercises. And they're all going to be hyperlinked to a YouTube demonstration video on our Primitive Patterns YouTube page. So if you see an exercise and you're like, what is an FFE reverse lunge? All you need to do is click on that link and it'll bring you straight to our YouTube channel for a demonstration video. With all that being said, that's pretty well it. I hope that cleared up any confusion that you may have. Hopefully you're excited to get going, and now you also understand how to read the spreadsheet properly. But with that being said, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you get great results out of this program, and I'm pumped to see you get started.